always say that everything works until it doesn't, and in Team Natural is something that is proven every single month. And this month's victim is none other than Mielle Organics.
Mielle hair product.
The Mielle
product.
Mielle's product.
Mielle product.
Mielle Organics like products.
With Mielle Organic. Mielle.
Mielle hair oil.
It's because right now in 2024, black women are blaming Mielle Organics for their balding and scalp inflammation, matting, and tangling. And in this video, I'm gonna break down how Mielle is not to blame for black women having this intense reaction. The video that I found is 30 minutes long, so we're not gonna watch the full 30 minutes, but I'm gonna like watch it and comment on it, and then we're gonna talk about it at the end.
Mielle hair product.
The Mielle
product.
Mielle's product.
Mielle product.
Mielle Organics like products.
With Mielle Organic. Mielle.
Mielle hair oil.
Mielle.
Unfortunately, I think this is the beginning downfall of this company. So as of lately, the consumers of Mielle Organics has been complaining about bad side effects while using Mielle Organics products such as hair loss, scalp irritation, and many more bad side effects.
Too much
You gonna
tea.
have
The girls
side
are
effects
out here
with
blasting and
anybody's hair
exposing Mielle
if you
hair
constantly
products.
put oil-
This is Monique
Let me talk to
Rodriguez, the former owner of Mielle Hair, who is now only the CEO of the company because she sold it to Procter & Gamble, who has a CEO by the name of John Mielle. The girl,
And we're gonna talk about all of the companies Procter & Gamble owns in a second.
and now all of their hair is falling out. I'm talking
Y'all hair was falling out way before she sold that company.
out from this new formula. In one girl's testimony, she says that her issue with her hair falling out and scalp burning started long before the company was sold to Procter & Gamble. However, many other women are coming forward saying ever since they sold, their hair has been on fire and falling out, especially from their oil products. From what the girls are saying, when Monique sold the company, her only request and requirement was that she maintains her position as CEO. This is going on currently on TikTok, and they are not letting up. More and more videos are pouring out week after week, and it's becoming more and more of a current topic. Consumers are even gearing up for a class action lawsuit.
Y'all always trying to sue some damn body. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Like, women will, that's one of the main reasons that I'm not like trying to start a hair care brand or anything, because like you'll see by the end of this video with the connection that I make, women will not follow directions, or y'all have been following directions, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But y'all will use certain products like they the end all be all, ignore the people like me that tell you not to do it, and then y'all, after y'all get done, then y'all point the finger at certain companies instead of taking accountability, which we'll talk about in a second. It's crazy.
Okay, this part 2, the downfall, surviving Mielle. This the part where we gonna get into the personal testimonials with proof and evidence. This the part where we gonna get into the previous lawsuit that was filed against Mielle before it was sold to Procter & Gamble. This also the part where we gonna get into how consumers feel about the big sale to Procter & Gamble. And then we're gonna get into what Monique Rodriguez had to say, the founder and former owner of Mielle, who sold off to Procter & Gamble. She's saying that this is what's wrong with our community. Our community is never going to get ahead because we don't know the playbook and we don't know how to generate wealth. Yes, there were claims against Mielle in 2022 and 2023, but that's expected.
These are the same bald spots that I've been telling y'all that happen after you constantly use oil. Oh my God. Like,
in 2024,
where?
Almost right after the sale to Procter & Gamble, all of these women's hair are falling out. They're experiencing the same scalp symptoms.
The reason that, this is the thing, real quick, they experiencing the same scalp symptoms, but every woman, even if y'all don't, it's women who have never used Mielle Organics ever, but they're oiling their scalp on a regular basis, putting essential oils in their scalp, putting herb juice in their hair. I'm a herbalist, but tea don't go in your hair. And then they have the same exact type of scalp inflammation that these women have, but we're all blaming it on Mielle, not the fact that you put oil in your hair in the midst of you not washing your hair for like a month. Or, oh girl, we gonna talk about it.
And they all have proof.
What proof?
It's nowhere in the world that all of these women are gonna be intentionally pulling out their hair just to prove a point to try to take down a business because they're mad that it's sold. That's not the way that works. Nobody is that insane. It's hundreds of women coming out saying this. Everybody can't be lying. All of this chaos is coming after the sale. 2023 sold, 2024, here we are in chaos. What if it's let me ruin and damage all these black girls' hair while I got the chance to? Because they trust us.
You don't find that suspicious?
What do they get?
You don't
out
find
of
that suspicious?
Like y'all are.
You don't find that suspicious?
Let's get into these testimonials.
What?
They are horribly sad, y'all.
Yes,
they
this
are
white
very
man
sad.
is like,
after
let's
we get
make
into
all
these
black women
testimonials,
bald.
at
And
the
then
end,
when y'all
we gonna hear
bald,
what Miss
what do
Monique
they-
Rodriguez
then what
had
do
to
they get out of
say
that?
about the sale and the purchase of her black-owned business, Mielle.
Mielle, count your days. Because let me know you're the reason why my hair has been coming out in clumps in the shower. I've been trying to grow out my hair. I've been trying to use this to grow out my hair. Whole time is doing the exact opposite.
Because you're not supposed to put oil in your scalp
Right.
every day.
Nah, 'cause you really lost me.
I am not with Metro
Why am I on this
anymore.
planet?
Bro, do
Out of all
not
of the
use
planets
this
that I
oil.
could've been on,
Do not use this oil.
out of all
These
of the planets
influencers
that I
are
could've
lying
been
to
on,
you.
dog.
They just want to cut the check, but I promise you, do not use this oil. I'll show you what happened to me. This is what my hair used to look like. It was so nice, so luscious, so beautiful. And then someone recommended that Mielle hair oil to me because I just wanted to keep it healthy. And like, you will never guess what happened to me next. This is what happened. That hair oil turned me into Little Bill. And my hair has not been the same since. Guys, don't use this stuff, man.
Not Little
I promise,
Bill.
do not use it.
Y'all should have never bought the shit in the first place. And then why do y'all make videos throwing stuff away like they gonna care? She already got the money.
6 months. I've used their viral oil that's supposed to grow.
Oil don't grow hair. Y'all get on my goddamn nerves. I swear to God.
And their pomegranate
We
one.
about to be done
The
with
first
this in a
time
minute. I
I
ain't gonna be
used
able to do this
the
too long.
minty leave-in, my scalp started itching.
You're not supposed to
This
use
is like the
leave-in
tingling
conditioner on your
sensation that you're
scalp, my
supposed to
nigga.
get.
That's why
Promote
I was
hair
itching.
growth. I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna go
I don't wanna
away
do this. This is
overnight.
why I don't do.
Woke up the next morning and my scalp was so irritated.
sure it
I
was.
literally washed it out, and that sensation didn't go away. As
The
if like I put
sensation didn't
peppermint
go
oil
away.
and it was just
Okay,
tingly.
this is the thing. Don't get me wrong. For the last however many years that Mielle Organics has been out, every time y'all ask me about it, I be like, girl, bye. I don't do Team Natural Products, beat it. But the issue that I have with y'all is y'all use these dumb products and then get mad that y'all get dumb results. Like, why would you put a leave-in conditioner on your scalp and then, why would you do that? Huh? It don't go on your scalp. Don't nothing go on your scalp but shampoo. And the only time rosemary oil should be on y'all scalp is if y'all try to fight an infection. Ooh, we gonna do a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna go to what she has to say, and then we're gonna go to this one other video, and then I'm gonna be done because my pressure is up.
So I clarified my scalp and
tingly.
it finally went away. Fast forward to January, I was washing my hair. Usually lose like maybe like this much hair. I have a picture and I'll insert it here. This
Which
is
is
how
too
much
much.
I was losing almost every week or every 2 weeks when I would wash my hair. That was the only product I introduced to my routine. My hair around my edges, which is where I would apply the rosemary oils. My edges are suffering. Like, I was like,
of course
this is
they are.
ridiculous.
Because you kill all of the
trust
good and
the
bad
hyper on
bacteria.
certain products. Stay safe out there.
No, don't trust yourself. Don't trust yourself. Hold on, curly hair girl. This is what's getting on my nerves. I'm Harpo. I do not know this woman. I am not defending this woman. Y'all know how I feel about natural products, but I swear to God, I will never make black hair products for black women because y'all have been, I constantly tell y'all not to put essential oils and not to put oils on the scalp repetitively. Why? Because it kills good and bad bacteria on the scalp, and you need a balance of good and bad bacteria to have healthy hair. So if you're putting something as strong as rosemary on the scalp, you killing all of your good and bad bacteria, which is eventually gonna make your hair shaft detach from the follicle. It's, oh my God, you killing the, ooh, but it's her fault. It's not the fucking formulation. And then now we gonna sit here and talk about this old fat white man. You think this fat white man give a shit about if whether or not y'all got hair or not? You really think that this fat man is sitting there thinking about y'all and y'all damn hair? These are all of the companies that he owns. He is not worried about nothing but making money. Nothing but making money. That's it. That's all. So y'all doing the timing of, oh, it's around the same time she sold the company that our hair started falling out. No, hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 months to 25 years to take off. If all of y'all bought the viral products around the same time, then y'all all gonna be going bald around the same time. Oh my God, like,
Bro, it's supposedly making your hair fall out, and I need to know because I was convinced I was losing hair and I was using that product. I went to doctors, like I went to therapy. I literally thought my hair was falling out, and I couldn't believe when I saw my TikTok for you page that it was happening to people that were using the rosemary growth oil.
Yeah, my hair has been falling out. My hair's been falling out for a little minute now, and I've been in denial because I'm like, no way, it can't be the Mielle drops, it can't be that. It just, I've been using Mielle for a long time, it's not that. But the more women come out and say they've been experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing for months, I'm like, Casey, you got to stop living in denial. You got to stop. Like, it's because of the drops. Now listen, the only reason why I narrowed it down to the fact that it is indeed the drops that's making my hair fall out like crazy was because this last go around when I went to go get my hair done, my hairstylist said, your hair is breaking from the root. The root. So whatever you're using, stop. Because it's not working. Honestly speaking, my hair care routine really hasn't changed. The only thing I'll switch out is I'll go between Sacred and Camille Rose when it comes to washing my hair. But that's it. I haven't changed anything else. So I had to think like, okay, if I haven't really changed my hair care routine, what products in my hair care routine changed? So that's when I had to like narrow it down. I'm like, yeah, the only thing that really changed within my hair care products was Mielle, because they were recently in the headlines for being brought out. Y'all, I'm so sad because I was like, yeah, y'all, go get the drops. They're the best drops on the market. And honestly speaking, before the whole buying out process happened, they were the best drops on the market. Like, they took my hair. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all how much my hair was growing before they was, you know, brought out or whatever. This is what I first.
We gonna end the whatchamacallit, how much her hair was growing, and I believe you, I do. But the thing is, drops do not grow your hair. What the drops were doing were killing the bacterial infections that Team Naturals have, because all y'all do is co-wash, y'all leave y'all hair wet, and basically y'all practices grow a whole bunch of yeast and bacteria in the scalp. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch some of my videos. If you don't agree, I don't care. So that when it comes to the Mielle products, the only time you're supposed to use a product like Mielle is if you have a scalp infection. If you have a scalp infection, an overgrowth of bacteria, right, a mild overgrowth of bacteria, then you would use that product for maybe like a week until the inflammation subsides. But y'all have been using a product that is meant to kill yeast and bacteria long term. And this is a part of my daily routine. So daily, you're killing the good yeast and the good bacteria that live on the human scalp. And then you go and blame this black woman for your hair falling out. Now Mielle is to blame for one thing. She is to blame for not properly educating herself and properly educating clients, because when you look at the back of her bottles, or when you look at the directions, her directions do not tell y'all to only use it for what I just said, for follicle infections, and don't exceed using it just on wash day for 20 minutes and washing it out. That's what she should say, because black women have decided, oh my God, products grow your hair. Indian women use essential oils. Indian women that put oils and butters in their hair, with Indian women that put oils in their scalp, they used it in the scalp as a carrier oil, and then they washed it out. For all of those who are like, no they didn't, they kept it in their hair, let's please not act like Indian women and women from other races that use oils don't have alopecia too. All of my clients are not just black women. You know the video that I made where I said my rate for consultation is $4,000? Yeah, a lot of those women are not black and they have alopecia too. And that's coming from things like henna, and coming from things like putting essential oils and things of that nature in their scalp. Contrary to popular opinion, black women are the mold, and a lot of white women were using products like Mielle Organics in their daughter's hair, and it's like, oh, it's making white women's hair fall out even worse. That's because they're for sure not supposed to be using it. So I'm not saying that, oh, she has no fault. Her fault comes from playing in hair and playing in hair products and acting as if she is a holistic specialist. Like, it went viral. Just because something goes viral doesn't mean everybody should be buying it. And I think black women need to have a little bit more accountability, because we're gonna say, oh, your hair is falling out just from this product, but we're not gonna talk about the way that you tie it up. We're not gonna talk about the fact that you leave it wet. We're not gonna talk about the fact that you wash your hair with apple cider vinegar. You washing your hair with apple cider vinegar is gonna wipe out all your good and bad bacteria. So if you wipe out all of your good and bad bacteria, and let's say your routine is co-washing or washing your hair with apple cider vinegar and then following up with Mielle Organics, oh baby, 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000% your hair is gonna fall out. You're going to go bald. 1,000%. So just like with the video that I made about CCCA yesterday, well, not yesterday, why did I just say yesterday? The video that I made about black women getting CCCA, if you watch that and you combine all of these practices with that, all of the same women who watching these videos, they all follow the practices in that video, it's duh, your hair is gonna fall out. Duh. So let me go to her. Oh Lord.
Companies and brands are acquired. It is a great thing. Having the interest of a Procter & Gamble interested in something that you built from your kitchen from the ground up in as little as 9 short years, you know, that's a true testament to, like,
I knew her ass was in the kitchen.
That's like the highest compliment that you can get for building something from scratch with no business experience, you know, no handouts, no financial backing in the beginning. You know, that's a true testament to, like, you know, wow, I've really built something great. So number one, partnering with a Procter & Gamble has always been like a dream of mine. And what I want our community to understand is that this is the normal trajectory of business. This is what business success looks like. This stuff happens all the time in other cultures, other races. And the problem with our community is that we don't see it enough, because there are not enough black entrepreneurs that are getting to the point where they can scale and have acquisitions such as these. And so because we don't see it enough, you know, our community doesn't necessarily understand that this is a normal course of business, but we see other cultures do it, and our community celebrates other cultures when they do it, because it seems like that's normal for them to do it. Well, we have to change that narrative and know that this is normal for us to do it as well. And when brands get acquired, it allows us to do more for the community. It allows us to create more Monique and better, because I can take my knowledge and my experience and also my capital to invest in the next generation, the next leaders that are going into entrepreneurship. I can then transfer that wealth and transfer, you know, the knowledge and the wisdom that I've had and that I'm still learning and growing pass that down to the next generation so there can be more and there can be more normalization of what success looks like in the Black community. And I say this all the time, we as a Black community, we are already behind. If we don't start lifting each other up, if we don't start cheering and clapping for others when they are winning, we will stay behind. Because what this does when, you know, the Black community tends to criticize
this is all about making
Black
money.
founders for partnerships like, you know, such as what happened with Procter & Gamble, it makes it that much harder for the next, let's say, Black female that sits down and has a dream to be acquired and create generational wealth for her family and her community. It's going to make the path that much harder for her, because these partners are going to ask, you know, how's your community going to feel about it? Because that's what I was asked as a founder. And I asked them, I said, do you guys ask this question to other brands that you acquire? And the answer was no. So we make it hard for ourselves, and we will, you know, the Black community will continue to stay behind if we don't support and lift up and embrace what success looks like when brands are acquired, because it allows us to reach back, lift up, and do more.
That's
so
because
this is a great thing, and it should be celebrated,
other
not
people
criticized.
don't do what Black
if I
people
can
do
give
to
any
each other.
advice to, you know, any aspiring upcoming entrepreneur, I would say be very passionate and purpose driven. You know, I would say, you know, don't chase the money. The money's great, right? Everyone wants financial
But you gotta
freedom.
get your
But if that's
success the
solely
right
what you're
way,
chasing,
though.
then a lot of the things that you do is gonna be driven from a financial thought process and not for the value of serving
What was
others.
your purpose,
And I think when you go into business, entrepreneurship, if you go into it with the mentality of serving, you're gonna reap great benefits, and all of that, the money, everything that you're desiring, it will eventually come, but that can't be your solely focus. You have to focus on how can I be of value to people, what problem can I solve, and how can I be an impact to their lives to make a difference. And that's what's going to set you apart, and that's truly what legacy is, impact on people's lives. So this whole Mielle hair thinning, lawsuit, all of this going on, I'm genuinely curious now, like, what are y'all
But
using
you
for
didn't
your
figure out how to solve a problem. You just looked at the market and saw what people wanted and you bottled it. Okay, so that's enough of that video. We got one more video and then I'm gonna do my commentary and then we're gonna be done. Cause I just want y'all to see this little part right here. And then as I'm adding this part, I'm also going to put on the screen the comments that came in on this post. Because I want you to see this video is not even a couple of months old. And I want you to see hair weathering and how it really goes. Hold on. I just blew my hair out today and I didn't straighten it. For all the people who are new, how long is her hair? If you look real close, like the weirdos do, look real close, you can see the difference in texture from my hair and the extension hair. But anyway.
Rosemary works great in medicines and complements food dishes quite nicely.
Yeah, it do work great in
But did you know that it works wonders for your actual hair? In this video, I'm going to be showing you the best rosemary oil that you can possibly buy. Since I know you're going to love this video, go ahead and leave this video a like. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe with the bell to get more weekly hair tips, tricks, hacks, and more. Rosemary is a type of plant that's commonly used in medicines and food dishes for its medicinal property. But rosemary's benefits don't just stop there. Rosemary has anti-inflammatory properties that helps to soothe your scalp. It also works great for dry scalp and dandruff. Rosemary also promotes nerve and hair growth. So not only does it help you to prevent hair loss, it also helps to strengthen and thicken your hair. But most importantly, rosemary oil actually stimulates and strengthens blood circulation, which then encourages hair growth. So do you know what this actually means? Not only will rosemary oil help you to grow your hair and maximize your hair growth, it'll also help you to prevent hair loss. So whether your hair is thinning, whether you're trying to grow your hair faster, longer, and stronger, whether you have bald spots or trying to grow back an undercut, even if you're trying to grow your hairline back, rosemary oil might just be one of the very best oils you could possibly use. Now, picking out which rosemary oil to use is the hard part. The market is saturated with a bunch of rosemary oils and products that contain it. Now, you could always make your own, but the problem with that is that pure oils have to be diluted and mixed with a carrier oil. So you could potentially be doing more harm than good because odds are you probably won't mix it right. The problem with most rosemary oils on the market is that they tend to have everything in the world in them besides actual rosemary. It's like they have 50 other ingredients and they only include rosemary at the very end. So you basically end up getting something that isn't even rosemary oil. But I believe I found the best rosemary oil on the market today. What makes this rosemary oil so much better than other rosemary oils is that this one is mixed very well. And it's infused with biotin. And if you don't know, biotin is huge because it's an essential vitamin that helps to boost your hair's production. You can actually get biotin by eating meats, eggs, fish, nuts, seeds, and some vegetables. And now you can also get it in its topical form through this oil. Personally, I think it's a great idea to mix rosemary with biotin. And because of this, this oil is going to be highly more effective than a lot of the other oils on the market. So if
biotin is produced within your gut's microbiome, You're not getting you can get some biotin from fruits and vegetables. Yes, you can. But the biotin that you need is produced within your gut. It's produced within your gut. Yes, it is. And all you doing with rosemary is killing your scalp, and I already made a video telling y'all about it, but y'all all listen to this young man. Look at these comments here on the channel. Rosemary having these type of properties is not growing your hair. What it's actually doing is killing the microorganisms, the free radicals that live on your scalp, because you're not washing it and you layering it up with product too much. And you're layering it up with too many products. This is directly going to help you to stop the growth of all of the different types of bacteria that you've been leaving on the scalp. So it's not that rosemary is growing your hair. It's not growing your hair. The properties of rosemary are actually just simply helping you to kill all the bacteria and kill all the bacteria, get rid of all of the free radicals, to keep the free radicals to stop turning into different things that are attacking your hair growth cycle. Because oxidative stress is when there are so many things going on within the follicle that it basically makes your follicle detach itself from the blood supply. But the reason that so many people are dealing with like balding and thinning and stuff like that is because anytime a product line comes out with something that has a herb on it, everybody goes and everybody runs to it, right? Not understanding that essential oils are not things that should be promoted to be constantly put on the scalp, right? When you, let's say with Mielle Organics, let's say that there's a reason for you to use it. Let's say you are a person who has always been having, let's say you're a person who always has weaves in their head, and you are a person who leaves their weaves in for 8 months at a time, for 6 months at a time, and you're changing that about yourself. Or you're a person who has had braids, the same braids in your hair for 4 to 5 months, and then you take the braids out of your hair, you give yourself a detoxifying treatment, and then you just use Mielle Organics on your scalp right before you shampoo your hair as a way to cleanse the scalp or detoxify the scalp. Awesome sauce, amazing. Why? Because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and all of those different things. But one thing that we have to understand about herbs, now playing in hair products is one thing, playing with herbs is a completely different thing, because we have to understand that the way that you play with hair products, like, oh, I could put this in there and that'll change, herbs don't work like that. When you say that something is antibacterial and antimicrobial, you have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria. So all of the people who are witnessing all of this balding and stuff for Mielle Organics, in my opinion, it is not the fault of Mielle Organics. In my opinion, it is the fault of the people who have been using the, well, yeah, it is the fault of Mielle Organics, because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. And in return, the consumer doesn't know what they're talking about and doesn't know what they're doing.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. Those that are unable to accept what can be, they will resist.
Yep, we're all kinds of stubborn.
No one likes to listen, and then when they get the results of the things that I said would happen, we blame the hair products instead of looking at our habits and taking accountability for the things that we do. And we're going to jump into some things that some people need to take accountability for. We're just going to use sus as an example.
I cornrow my hair and apply my DIY hair growth oil to my roots and massage it in, and if I need to go out, I wear a wig. And I just keep repeating these steps. Every 4 weeks I will loose my cornrows out, wash my hair, and I just cornrow it back and apply my growth oil to my scalp almost every night. Not every night, but I try to do it as often as possible. I've seen many comments stating that the reason why my hair was damaged is because I had in cornrows for 4 weeks and my hair wasn't fully detangled. Wrong, 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 wrong. I have been doing this routine many years now, ever since I started my hair care journey. This is how I stretch my relaxer for over 6 months.
So you guys just heard her say that a lot of times she'll keep her hair in braids, adding oil to her scalp, sometimes on a daily basis. So for this reason, you cannot just pinpoint Mielle Organics as the thing that's breaking off your hair, when the reality of the situation is you cut off the blood supply for years. You've been doing it for years, and everything works until it doesn't. And Mielle Organics is very powerful. So the last little bit of bacteria that you had, it wiped it out, and your body was no longer able to fight. But understand that you put these things in motion. We need to start taking accountability for our actions and for our lazy practices that led us here. It's not all Mielle Organics. A lot of it is the things that you guys do to your hair. Take accountability. And if you ask me, it's just the next stage of rage baiting, because it was YouTubers that got on here and was like, oh, use this product, use this product, use this product, put this on your scalp, put this on there, put this grease on, put this on there, rub this in. Y'all all did it, got massive scalp inflammation, and instead of sitting down and looking at the different causes of scalp inflammation, y'all just go straight to this oil and this grease and this butter. But this is my thing. If this oil or this grease is responsible for these spots, and mind you, if you have this type of spot in your head, this is a very specific hair shaft disorder and follicle disorder. Link in the description box below. I have a whole video on it and a whole playlist, so go check that playlist on scalp and hair shaft disorders, right? So if you have a scalp or a hair shaft disorder like this, and you only have one bald spot in one little side of your head, can you please explain to me how the Mielle Organics is responsible for that when you put it all over your entire head? Can you please explain that to me? Other women who are like, oh, the only place I put it was on my edges. It's like, y'all, once again, I am not making excuses for this woman, because I believe that all of y'all, unless you have a cosmetology license, and unless, not even a cosmetology license, because just because you have a cosmetology license doesn't mean you know that, but unless you have a really good rich scientific background and understanding the holistic practices of the human body, you shouldn't be selling products to nobody. And I don't care what none of y'all are talking about. Everything works until it doesn't. I've been telling y'all, you're not supposed to put oil, grease, and butter in your scalp forever. But when I say it, I'm a hater. When I say it, I'm a hater. And I told y'all that y'all was all gonna be bald head as hell. You constantly put rosemary in y'all hair. When everybody was going super hard, like, oh my God, Mielle Organics, rosemary in the hair. That's what we need to do. And y'all was all making y'all rosemary. I made this video. And in that video, I explained and broke everything about rosemary down, all of its key constituents, if whether or not you're supposed to be using it, and all of these different things. But nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to pay attention. Anytime a black woman like me comes along and says, stop putting oils and butters and greases on your scalp, you have grandkids that come out. You either have other trash cosmetologists that have been feeding into the hype for so long, if they switch up now, y'all gonna know they're a fraud. or they just are so like uneducated about things. Everybody just sticks black women in this box. You need oils, you need butter, you need grease. And it's unfortunate that that happened with Mielle Organics, even though it doesn't really matter because sis already got her money, and I wish her the best. I hope that in her next business venture she is more clear in her directions. But again, because that's not what she does, because that is not what she does for a living, because she was playing in hair, it's like, just because somebody's in their house, in their kitchen, and go viral making hair growth drops does not mean that they know what they're doing. I don't care what anybody said. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened with Mielle Organics. Most of the women who use Mielle Organics are also women a part of the Team Natural community. Within the Team Natural community, y'all practices grow massive bacteria and massive forms of yeast and massive amounts of parasites, the parasite known as Demodex. And what is crazy, y'all grow all of this bacteria in your scalp. The majority of the time y'all hair is damp. Even if it's not soaking wet, the majority of the time is damp because you allow your hair to air dry, and it's never ever 100% dry. So their favorite environment, bacteria's favorite environment, is wet, humid, and oily environments, because the majority of the forms of yeast and bacteria that live on the scalp, they metabolize the sebum that's on your scalp. They're eating it. That's why they're there, right? Regardless of what you're talking about. I remember it was some lady like trying to go back and forth with me in the comments like, oh, there's a certain type of oil you can put on the scalp because it only metabolizes yeast if, like, y'all are so dumb. I'm sorry, and a lot of people have a problem with me saying that. I don't care. The reason that I call y'all dumb is because y'all argue with people who are specialists in the field, so y'all can keep using products by people who are not specialists in the field. From day one, I told y'all Mielle Organics and all of the rest of these Team Natural products that were started in somebody's kitchen by a person who has no formal education holistically on the human hair shaft, the human hair scalp, the human hair scalp, the human scalp, the human hair growth cycle, right? Oils and butters and the comedogenic scale and essential oils and things of that nature. It was meant to fail from jump. There's nothing on her label that says only use this if you have a follicle infection or only use this once a week, because they're not gonna do that, because the more products you buy, the more money you make. And once again, just like the video that I posted the other day, Team Natural is a cult. My nigga, my baby, Team Natural is a cult. And y'all, the cult has their favorite little hair products, and every year the cult rotates their favorite products, and then they shame and demonize, we're canceling them, and then y'all wonder why a bunch of product lines aren't making products specifically just for black women. You know why? Because no product made specifically for black women or specifically for curly hair is gonna last the test of time. No brand that is made specifically for black women is going to last more than like 5 or 6 years, because there's always a certain demographic, a certain group of black women that are waiting for the product line to fail. Always. That's why when you go on Cosmoprof has literally looked the same exact way, same products in the same spot since I graduated cosmetology school, and it's been 17 years since I was in cosmetology school. It never changes. It never changes. But every time you go in Sally's, there's a new Team Natural product on the shelf. And guess what? Y'all are all canceling her, Mielle. And then after that, there's gonna be a new product that replaces her that y'all all go out and make viral and spend y'all money on, and then y'all gonna cancel them in a couple of years, and it's gonna be a constant revolving door. That's why when she sat down with them when she was getting her business acquired, that's why they were like, are you sure your community is gonna be okay with this? Y'all think that they don't watch the way that y'all move and the things that y'all say and the things that y'all do? If the formula is changing, most likely they changed the formula for the better. It was probably too strong. It was probably too strong, and it's so unfortunate because the thing is, the time frame in which she sold her business off and the time frame in which the majority of black women are starting to experience the consequences of all their team natural practices are the same. So once again, y'all are all blaming Mielle Organics for the problems and situations and issues that y'all are having with y'all hair, instead of sitting down and looking at the reality of it and saying, hey, maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault for not doing the proper amount of research before I start putting oils in my hair. Maybe it's my fault for shutting out the people who have always tried to tell us that we're not supposed to use products like this. Maybe it's our fault for deciding that we're gonna go with the rage and race baiting. It's absolutely ridiculous. Within Cosmoprof right now, there are so many different products that y'all can use that are amazing for everybody's hair. Team Natural is a freaking cult that made up a curl typing chart so they can constantly have y'all in this everlasting hamster wheel of hair products, and that's what they do. And guess what, y'all all canceling Mielle Organics, but there's about to be a new oil that has a really rich complex of essential oils in it, and y'all gonna use them, and y'all not gonna follow directions either. I'm sorry, she never put directions on, so that's her fault. And it's gonna happen all over again. It just is what it is. I have been in this industry for 17 years, and every year there's a new black person who started a business for black people who leveled up and got canceled every time, every 5 minutes, just like the real Big Booty Judy. Right now, as we speak, there are more videos than you can count with the false narrative of the real Big Booty Judy and the brat getting a divorce, and it couldn't be further from the truth. We'll talk about it in a second, but y'all love to see people lose. Y'all, I think y'all like that more than y'all like to see people win, but we'll talk about that next. And if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it, baby. Thank you. Bye.